Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
Так, и что у нас по заданиям? А ничего у нас по заданиям нету. Ну, пойдем сюда заглянем.
It's time you learned the transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
Угу. Да, это веселое заклинание. У него еще апгрейд есть веселый.
There. I'm not going to hurt you.
Так, ну ресурсов у меня пока хватает. Так, я хотел этих наварить зелек. Я хотел наварить зелек. А то я их все выпил, а они очень удобны. В больших замесах. Так, надо заглянуть в пристройку в нашу соседнюю комнатку. На тему того, что мне наварили рандомом. 2 фокусирующих и максима. Ну окей. Еще больше сладкой мальвы. Так, что там надо? Заберите страницу для руководства из книги «Трансфигурация» в библиотеке. Извиняюсь. Наконец-то я ее смогу забрать. Она у меня болтается среди отметок. Не забываю. У меня сейчас 2-й уровень броня, потому что у меня нету зверушки, которая нужна на 3-й уровень брони. А эту зверушку мы получим только практически в самом конце игры.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere. Revelio.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration?
Professor Weasley asked me to
Не.
Get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humor me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, don't value knowledge the way I do, surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
If that's the only way I can convince you to give me that book, then let's get it over with.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The snake bird.
No. Incorrect. The answer was the golden snidget. The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical artifacts?
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
Без понятия, по-моему, Бладжер.
The Bludger.
I'm sorry, but the correct answer was the quaffle. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
True.
Actually, the answer was false. While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I can ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
I'm sorry. I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio.
Книга трансфигурации средний уровень. Эта книга непременно поможет студенту, который хочет заняться более сложными видами трансфигурации. Профессор Уизли часто рекомендует ее своим студентам с отличной успеваемостью в качестве легкого чтива.
Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Ну, в принципе, оно не только у петов продается, оно еще и у торгашей в мире продается. Ой, блин. Кнопки перепутал.
My mother would like to speak with me. I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to. I'm hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed, and frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deke tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your extended conversation with Mr. Ollivander after you'd obtained your wand, or subsequent search of the owlery, connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Professor Fig has encouraged me to explore when I can in an effort to complete my field guide.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Так, я хотел, в принципе, взять... вот эту вот штуку. Да, он, конечно, не детский у этого заклинания.
Just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
Так, понатриггерили задания. Так, это где у нас было? Класс прорицаний. Поехали.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
We're making good progress. We can't quit now.
I agree. I have never considered quitting, even for a moment. You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being
Замечательно.
here during that rather awkward conversation.
Так, что у нас дальше по заданиям? Отчет о драконе.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
If it's all right with you, I'd rather not say. At least not at the moment.
Understood. We all have our secrets. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Так, что у нас осталось? У нас осталось 2 сюжетных задания. Кстати, Флешка, у тебя астрономические головоломки нормально отображались? Просто я тут с ними очень сильно страдаю. У меня отображается сплошная мешанина из звезд. Не подсвечиваются ключевые звезды, как я вижу на YouTube в гайдиках. И вот я пытаюсь понять, как мне это починить. Потому что очень тяжело решать эти головоломки, когда ты просто не понимаешь, куда тебе нужно прицелиться.
Hello there.
Hello, Armeet. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Нет, шахта глаз. Я думал, другая шахта. Я думал, это та, которая ведет, в конце концов, в нижний правый угол карты. Про который меня немножко чатик обманул. Сказал, что да, так просто не пройти. Так, ты как, все еще не активна? Она есть, но она не активна.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
Листиков у меня океан.
You said this would repair the chasm between the two of you. How did you not expect him to react this way?
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands.
Если бы у меня не было навыка, оно бы не светилось. Это просто богосик какой-то.
Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Так, я думаю, мы с вами перед тем, как пойти на этот квест, отправимся сначала на обед.
Yes, of course.
И где-то через часок, я думаю, мы с вами продолжим. Не разбегайтесь, мы будем продолжать. Спасибо, Флешка. Так, и что-то пошло не так. Хорошо, так, обед в 17. Так, ну что, давайте наше развлечение продолжать. Так, что у нас там? Собственно, мы в шахту идем. Здравствуй, хомяк, жмяк-жмяк тебя.
so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Lumos.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside. Way forward. Revelio.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Accio. Revelio.
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one
Accio.
is something else altogether. I'm quite good at...
Keep your wits about you, Amit. I'll get you through this mine.
Wouldn't mind a blunt job of Gringotts. Suit me, sitting around all day. Watch your step round here.
Revelio.
Matter of time till Ranrock sets things right. Ranrock, be sure to appreciate the extra work we're doing. Where are those plans gone? I had schematics in my hand. Ranrock is sure to appreciate the extra work we're doing. Watch your step round here.
Petrificus totalis. I should use disillusionment. That
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word.
Стелс. Полный стелс.
Revelio. Accio. Ponzo. Accio. Revelio. Incendio. Accio. Revelio.
И что мне это дало? Так, тут я вижу, есть сундук. А, наверное, ты решетку там открыла. Еп.
Revelio.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays. Right. Don't wish to be seen.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere.
Most goblins in my family worked in the mines at one time or other.
A schematic? They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Grapple, you are.
Revelio. Petrificus totalis.
That's the last loyalist. Unfortunate, really.
Revelio.
Imagine most goblins to be brilliant and kind. Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio.
Там только один, что ли? Есть только один, то это хорошо.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Как-то охренительно полезен. Так, а вот тут, боюсь, по стелсу уже не удастся пройти. Слишком много народу пырится.
Revelio.
Не только пырится, но и бродит.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Revelio.
Wizard kind will submit to us once the war is over.
Someone's here.
Accio.
It's truly. You will suffer.
Expelliarmus.
I won't rest until
Descendo.
No!
Arresto momentum.
I will make hurt me now!
Incendio.
Hit it!
Arresto momentum. Flipendo. Flipendo. Revelio. Flipendo. Flipendo. Arresto momentum.
That was meant for me.
Revelio. Defender.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Incendio. Revelio. Revelio.
Открыл вентилятор. Мешочек. Ай. Я не хотел спрыгнуть, я хотел полутать. А, ну все равно. Ладно.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Accio. Revelio.
Ник.
Revelio.
Так, это альтернативный путь или это и задуманный путь, Не знаю, зачем мне столько лунных кристаллов.
Expelliarmus.
That's the last loyalist. Unfortunate, really. I'd imagine most goblins to be brilliant and kind.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Ага. А тут тупик. Всего лишь просто как какой-то рандомный мусор. Ник.
Revelio.
Снайпер.
Petrificus totalis.
Блин, там еще снайпер. И его так просто не снимешь. Этих двоих можно снять прямо. Прям так и напрашиваются.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Petrificus totalis.
Is somebody there? Enjoy suffering, do you?
Descendo!
Expelliarmus.
How nice of you to stop by.
Expelliarmus.
I will make
Defender.
you find this out?
Accio.
Descendo!
Bury you in the deepest vault.
Где ты там?
Expelliarmus.
Barbara White.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, I'll meet. Revelio.
Столько халявного отвара рябинового. И некуда его девать.
Accio.
Так, а где ваш бойлер-то? Ах, где ваш бойлер?
Revelio.
А вот ваш бойлер.
Incendio.
Там я вижу, сундук есть.
Lumos. Accio. Revelio.
А это, видимо, лифт наружу.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Revelio.
Так, не сюда, что ли, надо было? А, вот сюда.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Alohomora. Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos! 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 Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Anne is getting